After completing a historic domestic treble last season, we now have an end of season review, but more importantly, a transfer special where I've got some big plans for FC Tokyo and we've got Champions League football to look forward to next season. Welcome to the video. Please drop a like, please subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Let's get into this because this could be a very interesting transfer special. As you can see here, we've got £26 million in the bank to spend with over £100,000 in the wage budget still to spend. Now, this could be quite a short episode. It could be a bit of a longer than normal episode because when you look at the team we've got, this team has done so well for us last season. Bear in mind, Kenta Kikuchi is usually up there. I'm potentially looking at strengthening in the left back position. Right back, I'm more than happy with Kai Morimoto. He's 3 stars on here. He's 2 stars in the position we've got him in, but he is 5-star potential. He's only 20 years old. He's been fantastic for us this season. 3 goals, 10 assists in the league from 34 appearances, a 7.29. Yeah, he's just been fantastic for us, and I think he's only going to get better next season as well, the more he plays. Kenta Kikuchi, I'm not adverse to trying to move him on. 27 years old, he's got a valuation of 3.2 million. He didn't want to be here last season because we wasn't in the Champions League. So now we are in the Champions League. I don't particularly want him to stay. I know that might sound a bit petty and childish, but that's me. Get used to it. I'm very happy with our midfield of Lizuka and Perez. We do have someone coming in as a potential replacement to Lizuka, maybe back up to Lizuka. If we look at Lizuka, he's another one of our young 19-year-old players with 5-star potential. At the moment, at least, he's not wanted by anybody. I think he's had a very decent season. 34 appearances, 1 goal, 2 assists with a 7 rating. Being that ball-winning midfielder, he's more about the defensive side of things rather than the attacking side of things. So he will often go a bit unnoticed. Rui Perez obviously has been fantastic. We'll have a look in more detail to these players during the end of season review. The key points that I need to bring your attention to, though, is the players we've got that are wanted. So further down here, we have Hiroshi Sato, who I don't mind letting him go. He is wanted by a few clubs. He's a good player. He's got 4.5-star potential. He's 19 years old. I'd like to keep him. But if we can get a decent amount of money for him, I also don't mind letting him go either, because we do have to start trying to make some money out of some of the youngsters we got. We can't just have them here and then release them on a free transfer when they're not good enough. Genki Ogawa will be leaving anyway. Kobayashi is wanted by Salzburg Iwata and Urawa Reds. Again, if we look at him, he's 4-star, 5-star potential. I don't really have a need to let him go. I'd like to keep him if I can. I think most of them, Salzburg, he might be tempted by because of their Champions League potential involvement. He does have 1 cap for the Japanese national team as well, 20 years old. He's just a really good player, Kobayashi. We bought him for 1.9 million. It's going to take probably more than that, 4.6 million, for me to consider letting him go. Katsuyuki Nakano is a player that I bought. He's got 5-star potential. He's not really played a great deal for us. 10 games in the 2 seasons that he's been in. We bought him for £625,000. Again, if I get an interest of around 3 million for him, I might be tempted to let him go as well. But ideally, I'd probably like to keep him. I do want him as a backup right back for Kai Morimoto. Yamahara we've got as a backup left back, a backup left-sided winger. So yeah, having someone else on the right-hand side other than Yota Sato would be good. Then we get into the more troublesome ones because Morimoto is wanted by Shimizu. I think we can see off their interest in him, to be honest. Then we've got Filip Krastev, who's wanted by Kobe and Damak, whoever they are. I don't really have any interest in letting Krastev go. He's a brilliant player for us. If we have a look at how he's performed this season, 27 appearances in the league, 8 goals, 10 assists at 7.30. Exactly the same last season. Last season was 7.15. Yeah, he's just a really good player. I don't have any inclination to let him go. Jajo Silva, now this is a tricky one because he's got a valuation of around 5 million. If someone comes with a £5 million bid, and let's have a look at who's interested. Al Shabab of Saudi Arabia. He is 29 years old. He turns 30 in November, so the end of this season. I could be tempted to cash in on Jaja Silva, I'm not going to lie, which I kind of feel a bit mean about because he's had the best season of his career this season. 33 appearances, 19 goals, 11 assists, 5 Player of the Match awards at 7.32, 30 goal contributions in 33 appearances. And I know there's people that are not that keen on Jaja Silva, or at least early on in the season they weren't. I'd like to think that he's won them around now, but it's certainly something we're going to have to consider. Yamamura is wanted by Iwata and FC Mashida. Again, I have no inclination to let him go. He's been here for his entire career. Last season, 13 goals, 3 assists at 6.99, 35 appearances. He's only 20 years old. He's getting better. He's delivering for us. Potential to be 4 stars. He might not get any better than what he is. So again, we do have to look at it and think, do we cash in on him and have Kobayashi as our main number one out-and-out striker and invest in a new striker? Then we have the big one, Sota Sato, wanted by a whole host of clubs: Arsenal, Leicester, Liverpool, Man United, Southampton, West Ham, PSG, Porto, Benfica. Any of those come in for him, we are not going to stand a chance of keeping him. And the real downside as well, minimum fee release clause of 3.3 million. If any of those clubs meet his release clause, we're done. We can't stop him. And he really does look like he's going to be a top draw player for us at least. And I really don't want to lose him, but I need to remember that there's a very high chance I am going to lose him. Now, in terms of players that have left already on the released list, let's have a look at who they are. Where's released players? There it is. Oliver Fabassum has left. He was one of our one of our foreign players. So we do have room in our squad for another foreign player. And I am kind of thinking that foreign player could be in defence. But basically what I'm going to be doing during this transfer window is just having a look at what's available. If we go to scouted players, let's take off that. We leave the rest of it as it is. I'm basically looking at this guy here, Adrian Prisbarek. I mean, he's a replacement for Jaja Silva. 4-star current ability, 5-star potential. If we do a comparison with Jaja Silva, here he is. Prisbarek is in the green. He's better mentally. He's not as good defensive, just as good physically, just as quick, better with vision, the same for attacking, better technical, but not as good aerial. I think he does look a better player than Jaja Silva. The fact he's 21 years old means we've got his age on our side. He's a young player. He would cost 18 million though. That is his release clause. So we would spend a significant amount of our budget on him. Then you've got this guy here who is more the kind of player I'd be looking at. Frank Cerdes. We'd need to, he's outside of our scout. We need to wait for the new season to tick over. But if we was to try and do a comparison between him and Jaja Silva, I mean, we can't because we haven't got a full scout report on him, of course. But looking at what he could potentially be, he could be really, really good. The downside is he's only a left-sided player. He can't do right or centre or anything like that. And I do like a bit of versatility. But yeah, basically, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be going through who we have and are they an improvement on what we've got at the moment. Prisbarek potentially could be an improvement. If we go further down the list, we've got this guy here, Takeshi Uchino, 26 years old. Go away, you. Plays on the right, can play on the left as well, but is essentially a right side. He would be a replacement for Kai Morimoto. Can he do wing back on attack? Goes down to 3 stars for that. So probably not. So yeah, this is basically what I'm going to be doing, just looking through players that we've scouted, trying to get some other players scouted, and bringing in actual improvements to our current squad. And as you can see, there's not a great deal to improve. We are very good in, or excellent in most areas. And the areas we kind of fall down a little bit on, like say right back, it's the potential. Ball winning midfielder, it's the potential. Plus, if we look at the transfer screen, we have got Sota Kawasaki coming in on a free transfer on the 17th of January. He is essentially Lazuka's replacement stroke backup. He's already better than Lazuka. He's 26 years old. But obviously Lazuka does have the potential. So it would be sort of alternating between the two until we find what we're most comfortable with. But at 3.5 stars, again, we look at a tactic, bung that in there. It's already making us look better, isn't it? So, like I say, it could be a very quick transfer special. But in the meantime, let's move over to the season review. Let's get that done before I then start having a look at who we're going to sign. Here we go then, end of season review, and our 3 wonderful trophies as part of our domestic treble that we've won this season. The J1 League title, the All Japan Cup and the League Cup as well. Let's get into the new arrivals, and there's been a few of them, so this could take a while. Rui Perez has been given the award of our sign of the season. I 100% agree with that. £950,000, 47 appearances, 18 goals, 6 assists at 7.33. He has really pulled the strings for us in the centre of midfield. He is 29 years old, but he's still got the ability, so we're still keeping him around. Kai Morimoto from Kashiwa for 1.8 million, 46 appearances, 4 goals, 12 assists at 7.22. Soma Moriyama from Shiba, bought in for 1.5 million, 5 starts, 17 assists at 22 appearances, 3 goals, 5 assists at 7.08. I think the fact that he's had so many more substitute appearances and starts, and the fact he's still been able to get a 7.08. Same with the likes of Kazuki, who's got 7.06 when almost half or over half of his appearances were from the subs bench. That shows how good they were coming on as subs. And yeah, Kazuki coming from Schalke for 450,000, 6 goals, 4 assists. Genki Agawa in from our beloved Fukushima for £37,000, 11 appearances, 4 of them starts when they were in cup competitions. No goals, 2 assists, 7.05. He's been useful, but he does move on. He's going to another club. Hideyasu Kobayashi from Kashima for 1.9 million, undoubted success. 47 appearances, 15 as a sub, 20 goals, 7 assists at 7.05. Riku Terakado, backup goalkeeper for 1 million from Mashida, 4 starts, 1 sub appearance, 6.92. Ricardo Capellina from Kashima as well, 1.1 million. I mean, we've given Kashima £3 million. £3 million this or last summer. 17 starts, 9 substitute appearances, 26 in total, no goals, 1 assist, 6.87. And Yuji Barada, our most recent signing from FC Mashida. Again, we've given them a bit of money as well for 3.6 million. He's probably a club record signing, to be fair. 18 starts, 2 sub appearances, no goals, no assists, 6.82. We're expecting big things from him alongside Kawasaki in our defence. In terms of transfers out, there's been several players have gone out. Our biggest out in terms of money is Shinosuke Kinoshita to Fukuoka for 1.4 million, 9 goals in 28 appearances at 6.81. I feel kind of justified that we let him go. Others, there's a few £100,000 there for various different players. Kazuki Shirai, of course, did go to Shonan for 1.3 million, 2 goals, 4 sub appearances, 45 appearances, 2 goals, 4 assists, 45 appearances, 6.94. To be fair to him, he's had a pretty good season. And Taichi Kikuchi, one of our attacking midfielders, he's had an okay season as well, I suppose. So, yeah, they are our outs. Season results, first in the J1 League. 6 defeats, 8 draws, 24 wins, 80 points, a goal difference of plus 58, miles ahead of anybody else. Jaja Silva, top goal scorer in the league with 19 goals. In the Japanese League Cup, Sota Sato was their top goal scorer in that with 4 goals. Again, it's competition with 1. Here's all the games that we played. won pretty much every game, beating Shonan in the final. But the fact that we beat Kobe, Tokyo Verdy, Kashima and Ahim and Kofu along the way shows some quality of teams that we did beat as well. And in the All Japan Cup, obviously winning that as well, Krastev with 5 goals at top goal scorer. And these are the teams that we beat. Now, we had quite a nice, simple little run in that particular competition. So that was nice. Moments to remember. Biggest win was a 7-1 win against FC Mashida in the J1 League. Match to remember was the 5-0 win against Hiroshima in the J1 League. And the goal of the season was Krastev, a top draw goal from FC Tokyo attacking midfielder Krastev as he hit a powerful free kick from 27 metres. Well done to Krastev. In terms of reputations, we've had a slight boost. We're now continental because we're in the Champions League, of course. Sponsorship, we've had 16.2 million in sponsorship, even though there's no new sponsorship deals been signed. Don't know where they've come from. Broadcast revenue is 5.84 million. Corporate and hospitality, 2 million. We've had no competition prize money, which makes no sense considering we've won 3 competitions. And matchday commercial retail, 1.32. We've made 2.2 million in merchandise sales. 18,376 shirts have been sold. Them shirts, Krastev, Jaja Silva, Nazawa, Rui Perez and Inui. Quite surprised to see Inui in there, but yeah, that's the finances. In terms of team of the season, let's see if I agree with this. Nazawa in goal, Kikuchi left back, Morimoto right back, Fabasum and Yamazaki in the centre of defence, Lazuka and Rui Perez in the centre of midfield with Jaja Silva, Krastev, Sato and Kobayashi up front. I'd say he replaced Fabasum with Barada, but Fabasum's probably played more games, so all right, fine, we'll give you that, I suppose. In terms of the accolades, I mean, all of these are record breakers. Doesn't really make much sense at the moment because it's our first season here, but most overall goals by a player in a season, Jaja Silva for 22. Most league goals by a player in a season, Jaja Silva for 19. Most goals by a player in a match, Jaja Silva for 4. Most goals by a player in a league match, Jaja Silva for 4. I mean, it's the Jaja Silva show at the moment. Most assists by a player in a season, Sota Sato. Most clean sheets is our goalkeeper with 18. Most player of the match awards is Kai Morimoto with 7. Worst discipline is Lizuka with 11 yellow cards and no red cards. Fastest goal, Jaja Silva, 12 seconds. In terms of the player awards, fans player of the season, Rui Perez. Young player of the season, Sota Sato. Sign of the season, Rui Perez. Goal of the season, Philip Krastev. Top goal scorer, Jaja Silva. Most assists, Sota Sato. Most player of the match awards, Kai Morimoto. Highest average rated, Philip Krastev. And Yuki Yamamoto with the most passes completed per 90 minutes from defensive midfield. Usually you get centre back, is in that. History in the making, SC Tokyo owe their title to powering through the middle of the season. That really set them on their way. And once SC Tokyo got rolling midway through the season, it looked hard to stop them going on to this success. And the manager timeline is what the manager timeline is. We don't really pay too much attention to that. Right, let's have a look at supporter profile. Core has gone up to 36%. Fair weather has gone up to 12%. Family has gone down to 12. Hardcore has gone down to 12. Supporters influence on the board is really low. We've gained 103,000 social media followers. And yeah, that is what that is. We know all about that. Club vision and expectations. They want us to reach at least the knockout stage of the Champions League. Okay, I don't know how difficult the Champions League is, but hopefully it's not too difficult if they want us to get the knockout stages. In the league, they want us to qualify for the Champions League, so finish top 3, top 4. Yeah, I think we can do that, no problem at all. We'll accept that. End of season team meeting. Let's talk about a J League aims. Bum, 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 bum. Where are we going? I'm trying to find the one where it says about Champions League finish. I want everything I want to do to be fully rested with a positive mind for to get back because we're going to finish in the top half. No, qualify for the Champions League. There you go. That's the one. Just go with what the board wants, and you're usually okay. Nothing else announced. I don't want to go messing things up when I've just about got it right. End of season break, training camp plans. We're going for a pre-season training camp in Japan. I mean, it's not very ambitious, is it? We're already in Japan. Yamamura could be on the move, 1.6 million. Oh, and here we go. Al Shabab have made an offer for Jaja Silva. He's very interested, but that is poor. I'm going to remove this. If you want him, then you can give me 5 million. They're going to cancel it, and then he's going to get the ump with me. No, we want 5 million, or you're not having him. It's non-negotiable. Oh, they've agreed to it. Well, folks, looks like Jaja Silva is leaving the club for £5 million. We'll accept it. That's the first bit of transfer business, and we've barely started the transfer window doesn't open yet. It doesn't open until the 17th. I think it is. Yeah, there you go, because that's when Kawasaki joins. Okay, right. I'll come back to you when I've got more news, and it will probably be Jaja Silva going to Al Shabab. Okay, we have a bit of news regarding Sota Sato, and kind of the best of both worlds in a way, because we've had PSG, Man United, I think Porto, another club, coming in with offers for him but not matching his release clause. Arsenal have now come in with £1.2 million up front, add-ons, instalments, whatever, going up to 2.2 million with 40% profit from the next sale, which kind of is tempting, because if they sell him for say 10 million and they've only paid us 2.2 million, we'll get a significant cut added on to the 2.2 million when they sell him on, of course. Also a Ranger friendly. I'm not going to accept it, because I've said all along, you either match his release clause or it's a no. He's not going to be happy because he wants to go to Arsenal, but PSG have matched the release clause. We don't have an option there. That's been accepted. But they're offering to loan him back to us for next season, and we don't pay any of his wages. So at the moment, he's on 2.7k. It's not a massive wage, but we saved 2.7k and he starts for us. So we're going to accept the loan back, because we'd be mad if we didn't. In terms of transfer news, there is stuff to bring you already. Jaja Silva has gone to Al Shabab for 5 million. That's him out of our books, done deal, money added to the transfer budget, all that sort of stuff. But more importantly, we do have potential, we do have incomings. We've got Sota Kawasaki, as we know. We have also put in bids for Shota Matsunaga of Kyoto, right back and left back, £3 million rising to 6 million. He would come in as a left back, 3 stars. He wouldn't be on defend, he'd be on support, so he'd be 2.5 stars. But he does have 4.5 star potential. So I'm looking at that thinking that could be a Kikuchi replacement. If the deal goes through, I will then look at trying to move Kikuchi on. Also, Adrian Prisbrek, the guy we looked at earlier on in the video, we put in a bid for him. He would be Jaja Silva's replacement on the left-hand side. Our offer is 7.5 million, rising to 17.5 million. It would be a salary of £22,500 a week. So with even saving money on Jaja Silva's wages, because he was on extortionate amount of money, quite honestly. So yeah, 2 players potentially coming in. We've offered contracts to them, providing nobody else comes in and gazumps us. And Sota Sato that could be leaving and then rejoining. So finances wise, at the moment, it's 30.9 million in the transfer budget, with still over £100,000 in the wage budget. We've also been told recently that our training facilities were downgraded, and they're excellent. So we did ask for them to be improved. It got accepted. I just need to try and find it somewhere. There you go. Planned facilities work. So by May 2028, May this year, basically, costing 2.5 million, our training facilities will be back to what they were, basically. So good news on that. They did actually reject my request for an improved youth development, but we have only recently had it done, so I won't push it too hard. Right, I'll move on and I'll come back when we've got some more news. Okay, they're all coming in now. We've recently accepted an offer from Manchester United for 3.3 million. I say we've accepted, the club's accepted because it's matched its release clause. Man United, like with PSG, did offer a loan back. We've now got Liverpool and Porto doing the same thing. So this one here is about the offers that have come in from Liverpool and Porto, and then both clubs are offering him on loan back to me as well. I'm assuming they're offering a loan back because I don't think he's got, at least for the English teams, he's not going to get a work permit. But yeah, 4 clubs at the moment are in for him. We have completed the signing, by the way, of Shota Matsunaga. He joins on the 17th of January along with Sota Kawasaki. But yeah, with Sota Sato, 5 offers. The one from Arsenal still not matching their release clause, so that continues to be rejected. But PSG, Man United, Liverpool, Porto, they're all going to be paying us 3.3 million for him, or one of them will anyway. And we're going to be getting him back on loan as well. So providing we don't, and there's Prisbrek has also now been confirmed for the same date to come in as well. So yeah, Sota Sato, we will be getting 3.3 million for him, I'd imagine. And he's going to be coming back to us on loan as things stand at the moment. New season stuff starting to come through. We've had the fixture list. We start against Tosu at home. Then we have Nagoya away, Kashima away, Osaka at home, and Shimizu away as our first 5 games. Not an overly tough start. Bit disappointed that 3 of the first 5 games are away from home. But if we have a look at it, we do have a Super Cup game against Kyoto to begin with. We have either the Iwate or Oita in the League Cup second round. First and second leg, obviously. And yeah, then we've got Mashida, Iwata, Hiroshima, Kobe, Kyoto, Tokyo Verdy, big date for the diary, that one. Sapporo, Urawa Reds, and so on and so on. We finished the season, the final 5 games of the season. We have Nagata, Shonan, Yokohama, Kashiwa, and Fukuoka. A toughish running, I think we can all agree. We have got a few pre-season friendlies already in the bag. We start that in a week's time. The season starts on the 5th of February, so not actually that far to go until the start of the new season. I'd better get a shifty on with my old transfers. Talking of which, in terms of Sota Sato, I mean, they keep coming in. Leicester City, Arsenal did activate the 3.3 million, offered a loan back, we accepted. Leicester City have come in, however, 3.3 million, no offer of a loan back. So that's a concern because knowing the way Football Manager works, he'll go to Leicester. Why any player would choose to go to Leicester over PSG, Man United, Liverpool, Porto and Arsenal, I do not know. But he probably will choose that and really stuff us up. But let's wait and see. We've got wage rises, we've got friendlies and whatever else. Like I say, all the new season stuff. If we have a look at the season preview as it is at the moment, we are expected to finish 3rd. Kyoto and Kobe above us, with Hiroshima, Shonan and Yokohama FM below us. So let's see if that changes before the new season starts. And yeah, I'll see you again in a bit. Well, he's gone. Sota Sato has joined Arsenal for 3.3 million. His initial work permit was rejected, but it was successful upon appeal. Obviously, they have loaned back to us, so he is still a part of our squad. I don't know why they've taken him out of my team, but there you go. He's back in their squad, but he is now an Arsenal player. His value is still only up to 3.3 million, but I'm assuming that will get better as time goes on. But yeah, we have Sota Sato, but he no longer belongs to us. He is a loan player, but he is homegrown with this club, and therefore I think we can take real pride in the fact that we brought him into the team last season, and yeah, just look at how well he done. So he is a product of what we have done here at FC Tokyo. Already we can be pleased with ourselves. We have had our new signings come in, so Kawasaki I've brought into the team in place of Lazuka for pre-season, just to see him and Pires get a bit of a partnership, hopefully going together. And Adrian Prisbrick is in on the left. Didn't have the best of games in the one pre-season friendly he's had. And Shota Matsunaga has come in at wing back on there at the moment. But yeah, we continue. We currently have 23.6 million in the wage budget. We're still over £100,000 in the wage budget, so 23.6 million transfer budget. So yeah, the quest for improvements and new players continue. The club are a little bit annoyed with me at the amount of money I spent on Prismabrek, or whatever his name, I can't remember his name now. Prismarek, they think that's a bit too much money, but I actually think he's going to be quite good quality, so they can stuff it. Right, I'll come back to you when I've got more players in, if I get more players in. But bearing in mind, the transfer window for this league, the J1 league, it goes on forever. It really does. Let's have a look at the rules. I can't remember the exact date that it changes, but transfer windows are around here somewhere. Where are they? Transfer windows close on the 22nd of March. We start the league on the 5th of February. We've got nearly 2 months of the transfer window open while the season has started, and we're getting a lot of offers of players that I don't want to sell. We've had offers for Nozawa, we've had offers for Yamamura, we've had offers for Yamazaki, I think was one of them, Yamamoto, I think we've had one for Kobayashi. So many offers coming in, and all those horrible little stupid annoying offers. So I've been rejecting them. On the other hand, we did try selling Kenta Kikuchi. Tosu came in with an offer rising to 1.3 million. He rejected it. He don't want to go to Tosu. So there is a potential problem with him further down the line, but we'll wait and see how much of a problem it becomes. In terms of our first team squad at the moment, we have a first team squad of 27. We can only register, I presume, 25 in the Champions League. Can we have a look at League Cup? So it's not even showing us the Champions League bit here, but we have qualified for it, we know that. But yeah, hopefully we won't have registration issues, because I still want to sign more players as well. We'll see. Okay, it is basically, well, it is match day now. The next time I click continue, we're probably going to be going into the first match of the season. So I'll just bring you up to speed on what we've done with transfers. But this is the kind of thing that's really frustrating me, is that any player we want to sell, we can't sell. And the only bids we're getting are for players that are our young players. And this one here, for example, Jun Nishimura, 1.5 star current, 3 to 4 star potential. He is 20 years old, so he's probably not going to ever really do anything for us. But he has a value of up to £650,000. And all they want to offer us is £350,000, but that's with pretty much half of it, if not more than half, in instalments and add-ons and whatever else. So I'll click reject to that, and then they'll just come back with the same offer. Then we've got this guy, Takafemi Shimahira, a value of up to 1.2 million. They're only prepared to offer up to 700,000. Bear in mind, these are not players that we've got on the transfer list or anything like that. 4-star potential as well. I've been repeatedly rejecting offers for him. And there's 2 other players as well that we usually get offers coming from. Pires has been out injured, so he's going to miss the first game of the season. I've not fully selected my team yet. Morimoto's not fit either. Watanabe is a young player we brought in from our youth team. 2.5 star current with 5-star potential, can play in midfield. He can play as either the ball-in midfielder or a deep line playmaker. So yeah, he's going to be in the squad for this season as well. And if I'm not mistaken, he's one of our homegrown players. Yes, he is. Spent last season on loan at Fukushima. So hopefully he does reasonably well for us. He is supposed to be Pires' cover, but obviously with Pires being out injured as well, I'm going to have to make a decision on who plays there. Probably be Lazuka that goes in there, in all honesty, and then we'd probably just swap them 2 over, something like that. But we'll see all that tomorrow when we actually put the team out for the game against Tosu. But let me bring you up to speed on transfer dealings, because there has been a few. In terms of the players out, you know about Sota Sato going for 3.3 million to Arsenal. He's then been loaned back to us. We've then had a series of players go out on loan. We've also had Komatsu, who's one of the youngsters that's not really going to make it with us. He's gone out for £130,000. Kawhi, again, same sort of thing. He's gone out to Iwata for £500,000. Hiroshi Sato is probably the decent player we had, but we're just not using him. And I just thought might as well just get some money for him. So we've got up to 675,000. Then Leon Nishita is another one of our not so promising youngsters, has gone out for up to 275,000. Hiroshi Shimizu has gone to Osaka for 500,000. Then a couple more loan deals. 5.25 million has been brought in through player sales and loan fees and whatever else. You know about Kawasaki that we got in on a free. You know about Matsunaga that come in as well from Kyoto for £6 million. And you know about Presbrick, that is our marquee sign of the season, £17.5 million from Norwich. Sota Sato obviously in on loan from Arsenal. Then we've got Toya Nakamura, who's a centre-back, 3.5-star current and potential ability, 27 years old. We bought him in for £6 million. He's got a value of up to £11.5 million. He will be playing as a ball-playing defender on defend. He's pretty decent. He's also 6'1" with reasonable jumping, reach and heading, or pretty decent actually for this level. And then this guy here, I think could actually be a star signing. Mao Hosaya comes in, striker, 3.5-star current potential ability, 16 for crossing, 16 for off the ball. He looks really decent. 3.5-star as our advanced forward. If we put that into some context, we put Kobayashi up there, he's an improvement on Kobayashi. If we put Yamamura up there, where's he gone? Here he is. Hang on, we've lost him. Where's Yamamura gone? Right, Yamamura. Put him up there, he's an improvement on him as well. So all round, I'm quite happy with this team. I think this is, like I say, if we have Rui Perez in there, that's going to be up to 4 stars. We'd have Kawasaki up there as well. I think it's a pretty decent team. I'm happy with the transfers we've made. We've improved a lot of different positions on the pitch. But the test will be tomorrow, in tomorrow's episode, when we play against Tosu. We did have a Super Cup, by the way, against Kyoto. And it's quite nice because with this being the Super Cup, I actually took charge of this match, whereas the pre-season friendlies, I leave it to my assistant. I just pick the team and let my assistant do the rest. But for the Super Cup, I took charge of it. And Hosoya got us off the mark with a penalty. Then Krastev and then Sota Sato getting a goal as well. Matsunaga getting on the assist sheet was nice to see as well. It was a comfortable 3-0 win. We were never in any danger. Kyoto did have far more of the possession, but we dominated just about everything else. So we have won the Super Cup this season. Friendlies, as you can see, have gone very well for us. I don't know what's happened. I need to input my goal scores in. For some reason, that's come out, and I don't know why. So, yeah, that looks a little bit better now. Maybe move these over a little bit so we get a bit more. It still don't quite look right, but it'll do for now. It's not important. If we look at the season preview for the J1 League, we were third at the start of the transfer window. We are still third now. We're 7-1. Our new striker, Hosoya, by the way, is the joint top, the bookie's joint favourite to be top goal scorer this season. So I think we have got a really good sign in there. Teams have already played. We're playing on the Sunday. There was a match on the Friday and Saturday. But yeah, that is basically it. If we have a look at finances, we've still got 14.1 million in the bank with £900,000 to spend in the wage budget. We could also move that about and have more wage budget or less wage budget and more transfer budget. We set the bonuses for the season to be high for the J1 League and the Champions League, and medium for the domestic cup competitions. In terms of dynamics, team cohesion is good, club atmosphere is excellent, managerial support is very good. If we have a look at the hierarchy, nobody's against me. They're kind of split in terms of whether they're with me or not, but bear in mind some of them are also new signings. I would have liked to have seen Sato being for me and Yamazaki and a few of them lot that have been here for a little while, but 15 players support me, over half the squad, and more importantly, my only team leader does support me, and 2 out of the 4 influential players support me. So yeah, that is it. We'll be back tomorrow for the first 2 games of the season against Tosu and Nagoya, and hopefully we can get off to a winning start and show that we've got the makings of a top quality team with us. Join me for that tomorrow. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.